What's going on, good people? This is your boy Berto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Folks, thank you for joining me today as I bring you a trade target for our Atlanta Falcons for this offseason and a potential sign if this player is released. So I'm going to bring you the trade target number one, that being wide receiver Tyler Boyd of the Cincinnati Bengals. Tyler Boyd, drafted in the second round, 55th overall in, I believe, 2016. Still a productive wide receiver, kind of, fell in the shuffle in that Cincinnati Bengal offense. Truth be told, man, that's a very explosive offense they have on hand with the likes of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Hell, even Hayden Hurst has broke out, so to say, in that offense as well. Of course, they have Joe Mixon also. So, the catches or the targets have come, a little bit far and fewer in between as the season progressed last year. Tyler Boyd, it's no, he's not shy to the productivity. He's been wide receiver number one, has been wide receiver number two. So right now, he's more in that third wide receiver role, and he's on his last year of his deal. He re-signed a nice little deal back in 2019, and he's under contract this year for about $8 million. It's a move I would like to see the Falcons make. We have some shiny names out there at the wide receiver position for free agency, such as Jacoby Myers, Aaron Lazard. We don't know what the market's is gonna dictate or what it's gonna look like for them. But when you have a guy like Aaron Lazard that comes out and he says he wants to make $18 million annually, I don't know. Maybe that's something the Falcons don't want to entertain at the moment. But if they do elect to seek the services of a productive wide receiver, well then look no further than Cincinnati and Tyler Boyd as wide receiver number two. Like I mentioned, his contract is in that $8 million range for this year. A quick trade with Cincinnati to obtain his services and assign him to a smaller contract extension could be more beneficial to the Falcons on the offensive front in salary cap purposes also. And also it could prompt them to address the position at a much later point in the draft this year. There's some good prospects out there, Rashee Rice, Tank Dell, Jalen Hyatt, so in that second or third round, or maybe even third or fourth round, they could potentially find a gem and develop and groom for that wide receiver number two. So that's my trade target as far as skill position players for our Atlanta Falcons. Tyler Boyd is a name to look out for, and I hope the Falcons definitely do try and entertain his services for our team. Second player was just mentioned this morning as a possible trade candidate or outright released, and that would be the center of the Indianapolis Colts, Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly, another high draft pick in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, in the first round. Has been a vet in this league, has been a Pro Bowler of many times in this league, and has proven to be an anchor on that offensive line for Indianapolis. Truth be told, it's also good to play with an all-pro guard such as Quentin Nelson. So that helps out a lot. Ryan Kelly definitely, has had his little issues with injuries. He had a couple injury riddled seasons and stuff, but really never stopped him from performing at a Pro Bowl caliber type season in any of those seasons. So I definitely would want something like that. That's rock solid stability at that center position. We all know Drew Dalman's had his snap issues and just his callings on protection at times last year. Ryan Kelly being above average on all of those aspects there can definitely help the Falcons moving forward in this offense in general and move it to new heights. I compare these two moves, in my opinion, to what we did in 2016 when we signed Mohamed Sanu and we signed Alex Math. Both of those gentlemen, as we all know, propelled us to that to the pinnacle, so to say. I'm not saying that these two gentlemen are going to come in and do the same thing, but they can help us or guide us into getting a little bit further in some games and as the season progresses and potentially get into that playoffs that we all much want as a fan base. But those are two moves that I feel like the Atlanta Falcons should definitely entertain, whether that be a trade for Tyler Boyd, like I mentioned, and of course for salary cap implications due to the fact that the market is gonna have some high demand for Aaron Lazard and Jacoby Myers, and just because we have cap doesn't mean we need to get into these unnecessary bidding wars with other teams with higher caps. And as for Ryan Kelly, another guy that we may just wait for him to be outright released and and maybe signed to a comfortable contract. He's 29 years of age. Maybe seek a 2 to 3 year deal and see what we can get out of him in that span. And I personally wouldn't mind the move. Ryan Kelly is, like I mentioned, he's an anchor. He's going to come into a great situation here in Atlanta as we have our own all-pro guard and Chris Lindstrom. I know that I'm more than confident the Falcons are going to definitely address that left guard position. I don't think they're going to go into the season trying to, see what they can get any more out of Jalen Mayfield. If they elect to re-sign Elijah Wilkinson, I'll be okay. But as a depth piece, he proved to be a good starter, but not a reliable starter as he battled all year to try and stay healthy and try and stay on the field. So those are my two targets. Fans, if this is your first time to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Help this video get out there, man, so everybody can view and witness. This is your boy 95 North. Drop those comments. Let me know what you guys think about those two moves I just proposed. Tyler Boyd of the Cincinnati Bengals, Ryan Kelly of the Indianapolis Colts. Drop those comments. Let me know what you guys think. This is 95 North, Falcons Talk Show.